welcome back to Fixing It Up with Sandra. In case you're new here, I'm Sandra, and today I am super excited to be doing this wreath because it's a style that we have not done here yet, and we're going to be using Dollar Tree mesh. Right now, I would say most Dollar Trees are carrying the holiday mesh, the holiday colors. You can do this with any kind of mesh. This is just something that I really wanted to do because I've been seeing a lot of the Dollar Trees around here with it. So in case you have it and you're like, what do I do with it now? I'm going to show you how. So we are going to pan down. I do want to let you know that I did kind of cheat. I've started a little bit just to make the video not so long. So without further ado, let's get this video camera down and let's let me show you what I've been working on. Okay. So like I said, we're going to be working today with Dollar Tree mesh. And so I'm going to be using this, just so you know, it's going to be, these are the 6-inch width, and then they're 5 yards, okay? So in case you don't have Dollar Tree mesh and you have something else, this is what I'm using. You can use anything that's close to this. If you've gotten your mesh at Michael's or wherever else, just a smaller type of mesh. All right, and I am going to be doing, okay, 2 of each color, and I'm doing 3 colors. So right now, I've already cut up this color. This is the brown, red, orange, and yellow mesh that you can get from the Dollar Tree. I cut up a roll of the red mesh, and we're getting, sorry guys. So we are doing 2 rolls of this, 2 rolls of red, and then 2 rolls of yellow. And I'm getting ready to cut the yellow up. And again, all of this is from the Dollar Tree. All right. And what I'm doing is that I'm cutting this at 8 inches. All right. So I put this onto my mesh roller, and I'm going to point the camera down here in just a second so you see what I have. And like I said, I'm going to cut 2 rolls of the same color. Okay, so I have 3 colors, total 6 rolls of mesh, and we're going to be using the 14-inch Dollar Tree frame. Okay, so let me point the camera down. So here's all of my multicolored mesh cut up into 8 inches, my red, and then now we're going to do the yellow. And so I'm just going to go ahead and cut off the end. Now, I know Dollar Tree mesh can be a little bit, they have a lot of imperfections. Let's just say that. But it's okay because the method that we're going to be using, it really doesn't matter the imperfections. Like if the edging is a little frayed, or it's a, when it gets wrapped, sometimes it's kind of uneven, and that's okay. Don't worry about it. Like I said, we're doing the Sunburst method, and you kind of want the, let me just say, like rusticy kind of look. So just, if you don't, excuse me, if you got like a bad roll of mesh and you're just like, oh my gosh, I don't think this is gonna work, it's okay. Don't worry about it. So when you take your Dollar Tree roll of mesh, okay, and you're cutting it into the 2 8-inch squares, you're gonna get roughly about 23 cuts per roll, okay? Now again, give or take a few, depending on how your mesh is. And so, and then of course, if you're using something a little bit longer than the Dollar Tree mesh, like this is 5 yards. So like I said, with the 5 yards, you're gonna get about 23, again, depending on the mesh itself. So that is, we're gonna end up with a total, we want roughly a total of 46, and that's give or take a few. Don't worry if you don't end up with that exact number, you have too many, it's not a big deal. Okay, so here we come to the edge. What I've been doing is just taking this off and then laying it right here. All right. And this roll wasn't so bad. I've had, like, some of these rolls that I've already used were just terrible. Oh my gosh, they were all kinked and whatnot. And then I'm just gonna go ahead and toss this because this is just, I don't even wanna fight with that. So I'm gonna go ahead and toss that. All right, now let me go ahead and get this out of the way. Set that down. Now I have my 3 colors right here, okay? I do have my little Bodabra, and I'll show you what I'm gonna use this for in just a few moments. If you don't have a Bodabra, do not worry. Clothespins, any kind of, these are from the Dollar Tree. Oh, sorry. These are from the Dollar Tree. They work just as great. So if you don't, you're gonna need something to secure this. I'm gonna be using these 3 colors. If you wanna use 2 or maybe 4, feel free to do so. You don't have to do 3. I'm just going with 3 because I just like that number. So what we're gonna do, okay, get you some pipe cleaners. All right, get you a handful. I'm going with gold today. We're gonna go ahead and cut these in half because you don't need the full length. Just trying to even these up a bit. Cut them relatively, you know, at the halfway point. And then take this half and then just fold it, get it kind of ready for you to use. Just sprinkle it out like that. Try to just, you know, do a little extra prep to make it easier. And this is something that you could totally do while listening to a book, watching TV, just sitting and relaxing. It's so kind of like assembly line. That's what I was looking for. Assembly line type of wreath. Okay, so now that you have your first cut, okay, take your first cut that you have right here. You're gonna pull 2 of the edges, and let me bring you closer, okay? I wanna bring you closer. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna take your roll, okay? Take these 2 corners and kind of give it a light tug, not too much. And what you're gonna do is take these 2 corners, have them touch, okay? This is what it's gonna look like. Don't worry if it's all frayed. I like to fold that side over and then that side over and then pinch, okay? And then you pinch it and then this is what you've got, okay? And then you're gonna stick it in. If you have a Bodabra or something that can hold it together, if not, take a clip and pinch this, okay? And then you take your next color, again, open it up like this, take those 2, make those 2 corners touch. Oops. Sorry, we had a low battery. So again, 2 corners, make these 2 touch, and then fold over. And you don't have to fold over, you can just scrunch. I like to do the fold over because it just gives it a cleaner edge. Not that I've noticed any different, but that's just what I do. So again, this mesh is a lot nicer to work with. Okay, so and then you put the second color right on top. Again, open up, okay, let these 2 touch. All right, so these 2 are touching like this. Excuse me. So there's 2 are touching. Then we're gonna fold it over once. Let me show you how it's folded over, and then I'm gonna try to see if I can do it while I'm holding it. And then fold it over, and then just pinch, okay? Not every single one is gonna look identical, but as long as you're doing the same technique, you're gonna get the Sunburst method. So you're gonna have your 3 like this. You're gonna grab pipe cleaner, you're gonna secure it like this. You're gonna secure that bad boy, and then get yourself like a laundry basket, get yourself a box, toss it in the box. All right, now I believe we started with red. So you kind of want to rotate the order that you're putting these into. I didn't see a big difference. I was doing the rotation in my first round, and I'll show you what I mean in just a second. I didn't see a big difference, but I guess if you kind of rotate them, you know, it's like we're doing the stripes right now, so maybe next time I'll do the yellow at the bottom. And then right now we're doing the yellow in the middle, and then the red last. You know, just kind of mix it up. It may or may not make a difference. I have no idea, but I didn't see that really. And then here like this, and then pick it up And then we're just gonna throw this on it. And, oh, sorry, then we're gonna throw this on it and then put it in our box. You don't have to do a whole bunch of these, like, you know, and then put them on the wreath. You can, as you make them, put them onto the wreath frame. This is just something that it's just kind of like, okay, do all this and then attach to the wreath. It's kind of like that assembly line. It just works for me a little bit more efficient, but do whatever like makes your situation work better. But like I said, this is something that you can do. The first round I watched my favorite makeup guru on YouTube, Tati. I absolutely love her. So I was watching her while I was just like doing this. Oh wait, you know what? Let's do this in the middle. And so you're just gonna repeat this step over and over and over. Okay, let me just get one more on and I'll show you what I've already got done. Okay, and like I said, don't worry about it if it's not 100% perfect. You're working with Dollar Tree mesh, which can be a little finicky. No worries. It's still gonna come out beautiful. Toss that in the box. All right, it's still gonna come out beautiful. Let me find, oh, there it is. Okay, so like I said, we were working with a 14-inch wreath frame from the Dollar Tree. Here I already have, so this is one roll of red, one roll of yellow, one roll of the multicolor. This is one roll of the red, one roll of the yellow, one roll of the multicolored already on the wreath frame. So each roll gives you roughly about 23 cuts, okay? So when you add them all together, you're gonna get bundles, roughly about 23 bundles, okay? So now that I have that, what I went ahead and did is do each section. I'm gonna lay this down, but I'm gonna explain it to you on a blank wreath. So what I went ahead and did is took this section, and this section, and I put 6 bundles on this. So there's 6 bundles, 6 bundles, 6 bundles, and then the rest right here. It is sparse, I'm going to tell you that, but there's a reason why I've done this, okay? Sometimes when you do a sunburst wreath, you'll just, you know, push them all together on here and then just load it up and then just go around the wreath, okay? I wasn't completely sure if I wanted to add another color to this, so that's why I left it with 6. So there's, you know, like I said, there's 6 on this section, there's 6 on this section, there's 6 on this section, and then there's the 4 over here, okay? That's what came from the first round of cutting and bundling and everything like that. So it did a little over half of the wreath, okay? Now, this is what it looks like. I love the colors. I love the red and the yellow. Unfortunately, you can't really see the multicolored one in here too well. You do see like the pops of the brown and maybe like a little bit of the orange, but I'm thinking maybe I might add a little green. I'm not sure. I'm gonna wait till I get this completely filled up. And then, because like I said, see how it's kind of sparse? You can go in here and maybe tuck a little bit of another color in here. Or if you're like, you know what, I just love the way the color is, I love this whole vibe right here, then go ahead and continue on with more rolls and then pack this wreath full, okay? So this is what it looks like so far. This is the Sunburst method. And that's why I said it's not gonna really matter like if you don't get those when you scrunch it up perfect. If that doesn't work, like, don't worry about it, because when it's all blended together, it's gonna look fabulous. So let's go ahead and continue on and make some more bundles, okay? Okay, so I've made all the bundles, but I still have a few that are just extra. I had a few extra cuts of the red, and then I have one extra cut of the multicolor, but that's okay. I'm still just gonna make a bundle out of these two. I'm gonna put these two together, and then I'll put the two reds together. It's not gonna be, let me get back into frame. It's not gonna be super noticeable in the wreath. So we're just gonna do this. So I'm gonna continue on with this, and I didn't actually count how many bundles that I had. I wasn't, again, I'm not too worried about it. So I'm just gonna go along here, and then what I'm doing is that I'm wrapping it around. Let me get back into frame. So I'm wrapping it around these two middle bars, like right here. That's what I'm wrapping it around. And just go ahead and give this a good twist on here. Let me grab my scissors right here. And then I'm not waiting till the end to trim my pipe cleaners. I'm just gonna go ahead and do that as I'm going along. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'll need one more right here. And this type of wreath, I wanted to do it for fall because it is that super kind of like rustic-y kind of look for fall. The way, like, you know, the mesh is. This is great for any season. And also with this type of mesh, you really don't, or I'm sorry, the style of wreath, not the mesh, you don't have to worry about, like, you know, really doing a lot of embellishments because the wreath speaks for itself. I mean, I did this style of a wreath when I first started wreath making. This is actually one of my I wish I still had that wreath. It's my very first style of wreath. I did add a couple of scarecrows to it. It was such a cute wreath. I wonder what, oh, my mom bought it. I'm like, where did it go? But you know, you don't have to really add too much because it's just beautiful all on its own. And so this is one, if you're just like wanting to, you know, have a really cute and festive wreath, but don't want to, you know, to do too many embellishments, this is a great one to do. And it's so cool because the dollar store mesh looks great on here. I mean, you can definitely upgrade if you have some from Michael's or wherever else that you order your mesh. And you can definitely do that. But as you can see, the dollar store mesh will work just fine on this one. Get this on here. And this is a wreath that you could kind of just like, you know, just take it slow. You know, just cut your mesh, sit and make your bundles. You know, listen to a good book, listen to a great podcast, be inspired somehow. You know, listen to something uplifting while you're doing this, and get you all in the spirit and ready to just go at it when you get it all cut. 1, 2, 3, 2 more. So this is not something that this is not one of those difficult wreaths where you're just like, okay, how is this gonna work? Is it gonna come out perfect? This is a great beginner wreath. That's why I think I probably went with this style when I first started, because it was just, I know I counted this already, but I'm just like, okay, 1, 5, when I talk, I kind of lose track of my thoughts. So anyways, this was probably the reason why I chose this as like one of my very first wreaths, because it was just so easy to do. For me, not everyone's gonna find this wreath super easy or cute, but it was just something that I could sit and cut. I mean, there really wasn't too much to it for me. And so I highly recommend this one if you're like, I've never done a wreath before. Try this one out. You know, take your time, cut your mesh, make your little bundles. For some reason that word totally escaped me just a minute ago. And, you know, have fun. That's the most important part in creating. And I hope when you guys are watching these tutorials, no matter if you're watching it on my channel or somebody else's channel, that you're having fun, that you're not watching. This is where I think a lot of people, we're just gonna have a moment here, okay? This is where I think a lot of people, when they are watching tutorials, let me just say I was very guilty of this, and I'm still very guilty of this when I first started crafting, creating, and all of that fun stuff. You know, we watch people's tutorials, you know, like, and there are still some, let me just say, Nick's Seasonal Decor, Deco Exchange, Hardworking Mom, the list can go on, where you are like, okay, they made this fabulous wreath, and now I'm gonna go out, I'm gonna get all the same things, and then I'm gonna have a fabulous wreath just like that because they're telling me how to do it. It's gonna come out fabulous. You know, what else is there? You get all the stuff, you get home, you start doing it, and you're like, this ain't fabulous. I'm just gonna keep it real with you, you know? And it probably is fabulous, just but with your own eyes, you're just like, this isn't working. Like, this is totally the Pinterest fail. Like, I don't understand what's happening. I'm following them step by step. But what I think what anybody who goes through that, and like I said, I'm still very guilty of this. I do this to myself every now and then, but I was very guilty of it when I first started crafting. You know, you're watching somebody's like middle. You are watching someone who has been doing this for years and years and years. Of course they make it look easy. Of course it comes out perfect. Of course it does all these things. So you have to remember, you are not watching someone. I mean, granted, if you go back in their tutorial, like in their video list, yes, you're going to find some of their very beginning tutorials. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe somebody had been making them for 10 years and then finally decided to put it on YouTube. Who knows? Or maybe you're like me. You're like, hey, let's just see what happens. But remember when you are watching these tutorials that you are most likely, let me just say that, you are most likely watching somebody's middle, where they have been doing it for a very long time. So please go easy on yourself, and just have fun. Fun. I cannot imagine, like, it's like someone angrily playing the violin. Like, it just doesn't mix. Like, creating, and I know I didn't say that sentence right, but you get the point. It's just kind of like, yeah, somebody being angry on a jet ski, you know, because they're like, you know, money can't make you rich, or money can't make you happy. And then somebody's like, yes, it can, because have you ever seen anyone angry on a jet ski? No. So just have fun, okay? And ta-da! I talked my way through this. Okay, we're just gonna kind of fluff it. So we're gonna kind of take this and kind of move it towards the center, okay? So this is what we have so far. Yes, like I said, there are most definitely gaps. Now, do I want to add some orange in this? Do I want to add some brown? Do I want to add some green? All right, decision's been made. I went back and I did have a roll of a partially used green mesh, and I've already cut one little square into the 8-inch, and I laid it in here, and I'm really liking how that looks. See, it just, yeah, it makes it say fall. I went and grabbed the brown too, because I'm like, you know what, this green and brown, we'll do all the fall colors. And this is not a dollar store mesh. This is by Celebrate It, and it's a 5.5 inch and 10 yards. So this one is a 6 inch and 5 yards. So it's a hair smaller. It's a tiny, I mean, it's half an inch smaller, but double the length. So this equals 2 of the Dollar Tree meshes. So what I'm gonna do, I'm going to toss this to the side. We're gonna toss this to the side as well, okay? And I already have one cut. And we are going to, let's see if I am talented enough to cut a bunch of meshes all at once. All right, let's see if I've got the talent. Oh, it almost went off the table. And I don't want it to go off the table because should I throw in the brown? You know what? What else? Let's throw in the brown. Okay. This is gonna take some real talent right here, but I'm up for it. Okay, so we're gonna do, remember, 8 inches. And so the reason why, maybe I need a sharper thingy. I have one right here, my Dollar Tree. I love my Dollar Tree cutter thing. It works so well. Ba-bam. Okay, let's get this done. Okay, this is not as fun. All right, you know what, let's just do that. Like, I'm not gonna fight it. If you can get your hands on these Dollar Tree roller cutters, they're definitely worth it. I wish my Dollar Tree would get them again. I did snatch up a few of them because I thought that they were gonna be ones that didn't perform well or whatnot. So wrong, so wrong. They perform really well, and I just absolutely love them, and I highly recommend them. Okay, this is kind of sort of working. All right. Fun times, fun times. So you know what? Okay, we're just gonna kind of wing this because I don't think we're gonna be able to fit 12 on each one. I was just going over this in my head and having a talk with myself that, okay, I think we got enough. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 cuts so far. Now, oh, you know what? If you're talented enough to do this, then yay. I'm used to doing this because I was a bartender, and this is how you would hold the money when you would like get it from a customer or whatever to make change. So that way they couldn't tell you that they gave you something that they in fact didn't. So, the little tips of the industry. Okay, so like I said, we've got 6 on each one. So we're gonna kind of just squeeze these in where we can. So let's just put 3 on each section. So every 2, let's scooch them over and then pop in this green and brown color. All right, now it's gonna get really full and really crowded, but it'll look really cute. All right, there we go. Does it work? Is it too soon to tell? All right, let's do it again. Let me grab my pipe cleaners. Okay, that was the whole deal. Got that one. I don't want them to be so completely different. And these are kind of sticking. There we go. I'm just gonna do another set of these. And I'm just doing a really fast scrunch. Like I said, it's not a big deal when it doesn't match up. Okay. Let's see. And this is a great project if you have like a bunch of like half-used rolls. Okay, I'm liking it. I'm liking this. So let me go ahead and get this this new color in here. And we'll come back when I've gone all the way around the wreath. Like I said, I'm going to go every two. I'm going to insert one of these brown and green rolls. And I do have a few extra bundles of the 3 that we made, the one with 3, and who knows, I might place those in here sporadically just to fill in any gaps, because I'm definitely only going to do 3 of these in each section. So let me just fast forward and I'll see you in just a second. So I've gone ahead and added the green and the brown. Doesn't it look more fall, more festive, right? And I do have maybe about 6 of these left over, because like I said, you're not going to be able to predict to the exact count when you're working with dollar store mesh, just because of the somewhat inconsistencies with it, what you're going to end up with. So even if you have like a few, like you do the 6 and then you do like what I did, the green, every other color, all of that. If you find yourself with like some extra of whatever bundles, just throw them in there. Just squeeze them on in, and it just gives it a, just fill it up. You don't have to worry about like, oh my goodness, I just wasted these bundles. Nope, just toss them in there, fill up this wreath. It'll look cute. So I'm just going around. I've got like 4 more bundles left. I'm just gonna insert these wherever I see kind of like an open spot, like a little bit of a sparseness. And like I said, you don't have to do like how I did, 6 and then every other one, or every 2, then add the green, the color. You can simply just make a bunch. So technically, if you want to say, okay, what do I need? This is roughly 6. Roughly 9 bundles per section. That's what I'll say. All right, it's getting very full, so I'm gonna squeeze these in regardless. I don't care. They're gonna get in here. I'm not gonna be stuck with these bundles that randomly have no place anywhere else. All right. And I think we're just gonna add 1 sign to it, maybe a scarecrow or 2. And I do want to say, so if somebody's like, okay, well, how long do you think something like this would take to make? It's been about 2 hours for me. And this is me nonstop, doing this. So take your time with this wreath. This is a wreath that's going to take time to do. This is not something that you're going to be able to just like whip right up in an hour. And if you do, let me know your secret, because I'm like, I don't think that this can be done any faster than what I'm already trying to do it as. And I've been going nonstop. So like I said, if you got another way, and I mean, if you're doing it solo too. So if you're getting your kids or somebody else to make bundles, no fair. So yeah, if you're doing this thing solo, give yourself, heck, even go 3 hours, even a day. Make the bundles one day. I used to do this when I would make the bundles while I was at work and then come home and put the wreath together, because I work at a very cool job where that can be done. In between customers and whatnot, yeah, we just prep bundles and then, yeah, that would happen. So let me see, I'm just gonna run that. Okay, squeeze this, one last one. Decisions, you know. Okay, now yes, by this point in time, some of your mesh has frayed. Don't worry about it. If it's something that really bothers you, go ahead and, you know, trim it down. But yes, the mesh on mine has most definitely frayed. Like I said, we're working with Dollar Tree mesh here, which isn't always a bad thing. This gives it that rusticy look that I'm going for the fall. So here's what I have. Let me get you better lighting. All right, here's what I have. And this is the Sunburst Wreath style, okay? So I'm just gonna push my hand, take this and just push it forward, you know. And this is why I say you don't need too much. I mean, yes, you can definitely add ribbon to it. Definitely do it up with some really cute decorative pieces. But if you want to keep it simple, it is so cool that you can do that with this. And I just realized I might be a hair crooked. But you can definitely do it with this. Keep it very simple. I do have a dollar store wreath frame right here. And this is a metal one. They came out with a bunch of cute metal ones this year. My credit card is not happy about it, but this is what I got, and I thought this would be so perfect for this this one right here. Ooh. So I just, I almost meant that. So I've undone the rope that would normally hang on here. So what do y'all think, right? Because of the red, like I don't have the blue, but I think it's perfect. So again, we're gonna point the camera down and we're gonna go ahead and make this, just finish this wreath up. So I've got my glue gun heated up, and instead of putting wire on this sign, I'm gonna go ahead and just glue it down to the mesh. So this will just get a nice helping of, oh gosh, glue. It's hot right here. And then we're just gonna go ahead and place this sign and just make sure it's centered on my, that metal gets hot. This glue gun that I have is by Roby. I think I'm pronouncing that right. R-Y-O-B-I. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Anyways, this glue gun is ridiculously hot. And then we're gonna add a couple of little pumpkins. These were the ones that were on the little sticks. These are tiny little pumpkins. And so I'm just going to, I almost said garnish because I was still thinking about my bartending days. I'm just gonna kind of place these around. I've got a cat in here and I heard something. So I'm like, what? Oh, there's multiple cats in here. Oh, there are 3 cats. I've got Nugget, my orange tabby, who you may or may not see every now and then. My gray and black tabby down over here. They're down on the floor, down by here. And then I have my other cat. I forget what type of cat he is. He's my dark gray one. And if you've ever seen him, yes, he is shaved like a poodle. And it is for sanitary reasons before people start freaking out. But yes, we're going to just decorate with a few little pumpkins. And that's all we're gonna do to this wreath. We are going to kiss it. Keep it simple, Sandra. All right, just gonna kind of let it do its thing. It's gotta cool. This glue is so freaking hot that It takes a minute to cool. And I've got all kinds of mesh pieces laying all over the floor. I pray that my cats don't get it. Let me clean this up while this is cooling. All right, guys. Let me just stand here and pose with my wreath because I'm so excited. Oh my gosh. New method, Starburst method. This is the Starburst method. So if you are Googling more Starburst style wreath, now you know what to call it. It's a Starburst wreath. So there's little hints of pumpkin in there. Super cute metal sign. I love it. I absolutely love it. And again, it is budget friendly because actually everything is from the Dollar Tree on here. So these little pumpkins are from the Dollar Tree. The sign is from the Dollar Tree. So let's count. So the frame, 1. I used 6, 7, 8, roughly about 8 rolls of mesh. 8 rolls of mesh, so 8, 9. Pipe cleaners, say 10. Sign, 11. Pumpkins, 12. So this is roughly a $12 wreath with tax, about 15 bucks if you live in California. So yeah, so this is about $15 for this super cute, super festive wreath. Now let me say this too. If you at all are like, okay, I need to sell this, and you're like, what should I sell it at? I have a wreath pricing video that you should check out. I will talk to you about how I would price this to sell. But yes, in the meantime, just enjoy this beautiful wreath. I'm gonna hang this on my kitchen door because I have a little rinky dinky one. But I'm like, this one just screams holiday. So that is what I'm going to do. And anyways, if you thought that this tutorial was super informative, what are you gonna do? Thumbs up it, because you know what? Your thumbs up is like, let's just say, it's supporting me without having to spend a dime. That's what it is. And so if you could just like this video, make sure that you're subscribed and that you're hitting that notification bell, because this is gonna be uploaded right back to back with another tutorial, and you're gonna be like, I didn't even know. If you aren't hitting that notification bell, because you're just gonna think, oh, it's just a video. But today I'm uploading this. So yes, you want to make sure that you hit that notification bell. And also in the comments, if you like seeing this kind of dollar store tree, I say dollar store tree, it's Dollar Tree store. If you like seeing this kind of dollar store stuff, please leave me a comment so I know that this is kind of what you want to see, because I have a ton of Dollar Tree mesh. However, I have some fancy mesh that I got from the wreath shop. What do you want to see? More Dollar Tree mesh wreaths, or the bigger ones, which we'll do a little bit of both, but what do you want to see more of? So leave me something in the comments to tell me what you guys like. But in the meantime, let's just admire this wreath one more time. And remember, always, always, always have fun creating this. We are going to do something similar with that frame right there. Let me just say, it's gonna take a while. So anyways, so find yourself a comfy chair, and we'll get to this one next. And have a fabulous day wherever you are. Remember, creativity needs to be fun and free and just a blast. So let me see your wreaths when you hit me up on social media. If you're on my Instagram or Facebook, let me see your Sunburst wreath and what you did. And if it's all Dollar Tree, let me know, because that makes me even more excited. So anyways, have a great day, and I will see you guys again in my next tutorial.